What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money from my subscribers. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Weebull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Weebull brokerage account. Put at least 1 penny in that account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks. So after the video, I want you guys to go down to the description box of the video. Click on that Weebull link. Open up your new account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. I believe money is a medium of exchange. I also think it is an expression of value, right? See, I take $1 and I give it to someone and they give me something in return for that dollar. See, that's a medium of exchange. But in order for them to give me that item, they have to believe there's an expression of value in that piece of paper. Why does money have value? Well, here in the United States, our dollar has value because our government says it has value, right? It's backed by the full weight of the United States of America's government. Let's move on and talk a little bit about personal finance. See, in my opinion, personal finance comes down to two things: production versus consumption. When you look at your financial situation, you can easily tell which one you do more of by looking at your finances. Most people, 78% of Americans, live paycheck to paycheck. So that tells me we have a big problem with over-consuming, right? With underproduction. See, we're over-consuming things, but we have underproduction. Look at your financial situation and ask yourself that question. See, one of the reasons why we consume so much is we want to keep up with the Joneses. See, back in the day, keeping up with the Joneses basically meant I want to keep up and do and have what my neighbor has, my next door neighbor or my neighbor across the street. Not in today's environment, guys. Keeping up with the Joneses in today's environment has to do with what? Social media. We take our phones out and we're scrolling through Facebook. We're scrolling through Instagram. We're scrolling through whatever platform we choose to scroll through to look at other people's lives. And then what do we want to do? We want to emulate those other people. Right? See, the notion of the rat race, in my opinion, really refers to people living on the financial edge. And that's what this overconsumption really does to people. It forces you to live on the financial edge. So if you get fired from your job and you miss one paycheck, guess what? Your whole financial life collapses. That's the real rat race, guys. That's living on the financial edge, and overconsumption does that to us. See, the psychology of money for a lot of us is all wrong. I can say that because look at the statistics. We got the #1 credit card debt level in the world. 78% of us are living paycheck to paycheck. 100 million Americans don't have any money saved for retirement. That tells me we have a consumption issue in our country. But it's not all our fault. Really, we have to also look at our financial system, which is directly contributed to a lot of us having this overconsumption problem. But we can't really place the blame on the government. We can't really place the blame on big companies who produce products and services that we buy. Really, we have to come back and place the blame on ourselves, right? Production versus consumption. We really have to think about those two things. So how do we fix our situation where we're consuming too much and not producing enough? The first thing you got to do, guys, is pretty simple. You got to sit down, right? And you got to take pencil to paper and write down everything you're spending money on. And then you got to write down all of your income you got coming in. And you got to make a decision. You got to make a psychological decision that you're going to change some things in your life financially. Because if you don't, you'll always be in that rat race. You'll always be on that hamster wheel, right? Working, producing, but guess what? Consumption, consuming more than you produce. That's a financial disaster waiting to happen, guys. And like I said, those statistics I mentioned earlier are that way because most of us, we consume more than we produce. So once you get the budget put together, once you have your income versus your expenses, then you got to really be honest with yourself. Of the expenses that I have, how many are needs and how many are wants? See, that's where the rubber meets the road, guys. We really got to be honest with ourselves financially when it comes to our expenses. I would venture to say a lot of us are spending money on wants more than we are needs. And sometimes we get our needs confused because I've had people say to me, hey, Richard, I got to eat. So why is it wrong for me to go out to a restaurant and eat? Well, I say, well, no, we do have to all eat and we got to spend money on food. But the difference is, why not go to the grocery store to buy your food, bring it home and cook it? Why would you need to go to a restaurant to consume food when it's going to cost you 2 to 3 times more doing it that way as opposed to going to the grocery store? So we got to understand our needs and we got to understand what our wants are, and we got to eliminate the wants. Problem is, we live in a society where nobody wants to give up anything, but we want everything. Nobody wants to give up anything, right? But we want everything. And guys, there's no way you get everything financially without giving up something in the short term financially, right? Take that $100 that you're going to go out and buy a nice pair of new shoes with. Do you really need that new pair of shoes? But I saw someone on Facebook, I saw someone on Instagram, one of my favorite celebrities, talking about this shoe. I want to support them. I want to go get it. Guys, here's the deal. You got 2 choices with every dollar you spend. Your first choice is you can take that dollar and spend it on things that make other people wealthy, or you can take that dollar and invest it and make you wealthy. That's it. Pretty simple, cut and dry. It's not complicated. But until you change the way you think about money, until you change your relationship with money, you're going to always be in that rat race, right? As a 26-year-old man, I decided I was no longer going to be in that rat race. Now, I worked for 25 years, guys. But in that 25 years, I learned 3 valuable things about money. I learned how to make it, I learned how to keep it, and I learned how to multiply it. So when I was ready to leave my career in banking, I left on my terms. No one else dictated the terms of me leaving banking other than me. And the only way I was able to do that is because why? I had built assets over that 25 years that generate enough income to take care of me. That's the only way I was able to do that. Had I not done that, I would still be in that rat race in banking, working for a paycheck. And that's where many of you are at today. But the good news is you can change that. You can make the decision to change that. But you're going to have to give up something financially in the short term to do it in order to get everything you want financially in the long term. If you're willing to make that commitment, at some point in the future, you can control 100% of your time. You can control 100% of your financial destiny. And you can get off that hamster wheel. You can get out of that rat race. See, for some reason, a lot of us think, yeah, I'm going to go start a business. Guys, let's be clear here. Most people in our country and around the world work for somebody. Everybody's not cut out to be an entrepreneur. So as we're out here on the internet interacting with all these gurus who tell you, oh, buy my course, buy this, buy that, and I'm going to teach you how to build wealth beyond your imagination. Guys, it's all fake, right? What they're going to do is they're going to teach you how to do nothing. They're going to give you a bunch of information that you are not able to financially digest in order to create money with it. Typically, that's the way it works, right? So all I can tell you is stop depending on someone else to get you to your financial freedom. Depend on you. But it starts with you having an honest conversation with yourself about your relationship with money. It's not someone else's problem. It's your problem. The reason we give money freely to these gurus, these financial gurus, is because we don't want to take responsibility for our own financial freedom. We want to put that responsibility on the financial guru. I'm going to give you $7,500 for some pallet flipping course. What is that telling me? You're putting your financial freedom in the hands of a guru. You don't want to take responsibility for it because ain't nothing in that course about flipping pallets that you can't go out and find on your own online. But we don't want the responsibility. We want to skirt the responsibility. We want to put it on somebody else and just go to bed and wake up the next day and we're rich or we're wealthy or we're financially free. Guys, it don't happen that way. If you're going to get to financial freedom, you're going to have to get you to financial freedom. Not me, not any of these financial gurus. Nobody else gets you to financial freedom but you. But you got to make the tough decisions financially in order to make that happen. The good news is you can. And it starts with what? Production and consumption. You have to produce more and consume less. And then you take the difference between what you produce, what you consume. You should have money left. And then you take that money and you start investing it in assets that build wealth. Assets like income producing real estate. Assets like paper assets in the stock market, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, right? ETFs, index funds, those types of things, right? Those are the types of financial instruments you should be investing your money in to multiply it. And you got to do that over a period of time, guys. There is no get rich overnight, right? For most of us, it's going to take us 10, 15, 20 years in order to build the wealth we need in order to generate enough income so that we can get out of the rat race, so we can get off the hamster wheel. If you're willing to make that commitment and do what's necessary, you can get to financial freedom. I did it at 50 years old. I was able to walk away from the rat race. And now I get to do whatever I want when I want. And I don't have to worry about how I'm going to take care of myself financially. Why? Because I paid the price. I gave up something financially in the short term. Now I got everything I want financially for the rest of my life. Drop me some comments, guys. Let me know what you think about your relationship with money. Tell me, what is your relationship with money today? Are you on track to get to your financial freedom? Well, you own 100% of your time and you own 100% of your financial destiny. If you want up to 12 free stocks, click on that link down in the description box. Open up that new Weebull brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash that like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.